Yo, what's up? What's up? So listen, right? I I just got out the shower. I haven't been posting in a while because
But even
couple
with
shit.
that,
But
like more like you know that I'm more.
I wanted to do a
I'm no
reaction
worry at
video
all.
on
Like I'm
this.
really.
I wanted to do a reaction. I'm sorry. One sec. I wanted to do a reaction video on this topic. It's called it's I don't know if y'all seen it, but like the whole fucking Queen of Kings. I think that was it. Her like the whole shit going on with her and her husband, like like how she blew up on her husband, told my husband don't do shit, he's a deadbeat dad, this and that, she's the one that pays for everything. Like there's a whole live stream about it. And she posted it and then deleted it, but you know, internet being the internet, it's a clip somewhere. So so with that being said, and since a lot of those clips been floating around fucking left and right, I wanted to see the interview about the whole situation. So let's find out.
Where my I
Shit,
keep
okay.
looking to the show. You guys doing winos as well as the internet done brought you outside. Is that true?
Girl, we outside. I don't know
We
if we want to
outside.
be, but we here.
Okay, can we turn her up? I can't hear her over you guys talking in the back, so can we turn her up, please? Okay, cool. It's not you, it's them. All right. So here's the thing. Rose, listen, real quick while we're waiting on people to get up in
That's
here. I
how
don't
I feel, Tasha. I feel like it's not me, it's them. So I like that.
okay. Okay. So you saying that it ain't got nothing to do with you, it's everybody else, and that's what we're here to address.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, listen, welcome to the show. Typically interviews like this, I do fly people in, but girl, you live too far and you got too many kids for me to be flying in right across the water from Hawaii and everything like that.
I feel you. I feel you. So we're
Okay.
good here.
And you look gorgeous. I expected the shaved head today. Why did you put hair on?
No, baby, because I feel like the shaved head, it just wasn't giving. And no, I was like a different person. Like when it was bald, I felt like it was beautiful, but this little mini afro is just not doing
I loved it. And you have the face.
it.
You can pretty much wear any type of hairstyle that you want. So whether you want to shave it or wear long hair, you have the face for it.
Well,
So
thank you,
don't
Queen.
say
Thank
that
you.
next time. Don't say that, okay?
Thank
And
you.
so, yeah.
What did she say that was wrong? It's her hair. She didn't feel like wearing it. Well, why do you have a cap on? Take it off. Why don't you show your shaved head?
And so, real quick, I'm not going to assume anybody knows you because a lot of people may be unfamiliar with who you are, okay? Can you give
Mhm.
us a little bit about your background and just kind of who you are and how you got started on YouTube and things as such?
Yeah. So I'm Queen of Kings, Rose Miller. I'm in a blended and interracial marriage. I had two children from a previous marriage with a black man, and I'm currently married to my husband that we share two children together. Recently, we just abruptly moved to Hawaii, and here we are.
Okay, okay. So how long have you been on YouTube?
So I would say like I soft got started in 2020 and then I just quit. And then I like blew up really fast because 2020 I was not taking it serious. I was just like, oh, people are doing YouTube, let me try it. And so I stopped. So I would say 2022 is when we really got started. I lost my Instagram account. And so I was just like, well, I'm just going to post on every platform. And that's when I got started and kind of just took off.
Okay, okay. Well, listen, I, of course, have come across your Instagram. I have seen the Instagrams with you and your husband Brett, and I'm pretty familiar with you guys. Okay, and so I don't watch every single video because I'm a content creator as well.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to do that per se. But I do catch a lot of the viral clips, and if I don't catch them, the winos is always catching them. Okay,
Yeah.
and so you have never ever made my lineup, my wine list. That's what we call it, the wine list. And because you do what you do, that's your family. It's a family channel. You and Brett have had going on for quite some time. I did notice a lot of race baiting going on over there. Like it seems like black men was mainly it was black men and black women that were mainly the audience of you and your husband who are in this interracial relationship. And
Mhm.
then there would be a lot of memes created from your end to basically, I don't know it seems like throw jabs at black men for not being the, for not being bred to you. Because you praised your husband a lot and he happens to be white. And it seems like his color was more magnified than his manhood. And I feel the controversy is what kind of drove you into the algorithm.
Yeah. I don't feel like I don't know, purposely race baited. We do talk a lot about race in our content just because it exists, and we're not like, we talk about our experiences in life. That's what we do. We're a blog channel. And so literally, too often my son has been like, race is brought up. It is in everyday life. I feel like for black people, period, it's brought up, but especially when you're in an interracial marriage, it's highly brought up, so we speak on that. As far as like hating black men and everything like that, people try to accuse me of, it's not that at all whatsoever, but the statistics don't lie when it comes to black men and black women in the dating scene. And so my whole thing was to expand black women's horizons, to expand their horizons, because I feel like interracial dating is not new at all whatsoever. But there's been a huge uptick in black women dating out because black women are always so loyal to black men, yet we're the least to ever get married. We're the most to be single mothers, you know? So black men have been doing this forever and downing us while doing it. I don't feel like I'm downing them saying as black men by me doing it. I just want to let women know, like, you can expand your horizons to increase your opportunity of finding love and your worth, you know?
Okay, that was a really good, thorough explanation, and I'm glad you kind of covered all bases. And you speaking your truth. But to me, as someone, let's just say, I'm not here. I'm here both as someone who is just a spectator of the show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm also here as, a digital talk show host to ask you some pretty tough questions. And so you were in a relationship with a black man and you do have 2 kids by a black man, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you got pregnant fairly young. I believe you were married before, correct?
I'm sorry. I don't know this person. I don't watch her. I don't know of her or whatever. I'm knowing her through this. And I don't know Rose Miller either. I don't know her besides the shit that I told you about in the beginning. But it seems like she's not really trying to listen to what she's saying. She's kind of like antagonizing, poking at, like she's trying to make her say that she feels that black men are less than white men. Like she's bashing her just because she chooses to be with that her husband is white. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this shit. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see where she's going with this.
Yeah, I was pregnant at 19.
That's really young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So was he your husband or boyfriend at the time?
He was my husband with the first, I mean, sorry, my boyfriend with the first one.
Okay, and then he later on became your husband.
Yeah.
Was he the same age as you?
Yeah, he's a year older than me. So we did purposely have the baby also.
Okay, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys plan that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's and obviously that relationship is of no more. You've spoken about that relationship in a lot of videos and things like that. And to me, I feel like it's kind of the catalyst to why you decided to expand your horizons because he did ultimately, from my understanding, leave you as a single baby mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he does not pay child support or anything?
No, he did not for the longest. So currently he does, but that was a very, very long process. And I didn't want to do it. His parents told me to do it. But yeah, I'm glad that I did. And I advocate for all women to do it immediately.
So he's pretty much a deadbeat, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Now,
gets dramified when I talk about him publicly. So I try to, you know.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, is it fair to say, and I just want to play devil's advocate here for a second. You guys were 19 and 20, having kids, having a relationship. Is it fair to say, yes, we do have statistics of black men not being the best, but we have them in all races, right? Is it fair to say that, right? As well as there are white men in the community that are just as bad,
Yeah.
okay? as black men, and white
Yeah,
women are going through some of the same things we're going through too. They just don't publicize them as much as we do, right? You think it's fair to say that your husband at the time of baby daddy was too young and too immature and maybe not educated enough to understand what comes with having a black family at that age, 20?
ab-
Why's it gotta be a black? Yo, I hate how they focus so much on fucking color, bro, but then bitch about race so much. Come on. Just
absolutely.
say
Yeah,
family.
but there's no excuse for today. It's like, yeah, there's no excuse for today. His actions today.
Okay, but he is paying child
At,
support,
at,
correct?
at 30, no, he's paying it not by his own will at all whatsoever. The government is taking that. Every check, they're
Well,
taking
I mean, I have cousins who
it.
are great fathers and they put themselves on child support.
Right.
So,
And he did
right.
not do that. Yeah. Even though his dad, most of them don't. Your cousins are amazing men. And that's what I always say. Like, I speak on things as a whole, and we got to be honest about the disparities in our community in order to change them. So maybe if I raffle a little feathers in the black community, maybe it'll make them look at instead of like, oh no, that's not true. The way that black women like go hard for black men in the comments, black men don't do that the same for black women at all. So
Okay.
I feel like,
So that's a whole different conversation.
Alright, so I get I get what she's saying. Okay, so if what she's saying is true, right? If you're 20 when you plan to, maybe it was pillow talk, but yeah, but she don't know that. So whatever the case might be, if what she's saying is true that they plan for this kid, and then you choose not to be in the kid's life, you're dead. Like it shouldn't come to the point where she has to force you on child support. You chose to have the kid. If that is true, then yes, he's a deadbeat for that. And I get what she's saying, but then Tasha's trying to make it. Well, I have. There's like she's making everything a combative way. That she's saying like, oh, well, I have cousins that put themselves on child support and are great dads. Like that doesn't make sense. Then your cousins are dumb as fuck. Why would they put themselves on child support and be if you're a great dad, there's no need for the child support. You're already in the child's life. If you have cousins that did that, they're dumb as hell and they're just wasting bread. Fucking stupid. But whatever. So she's making it like a combative thing, like with the whole talking about like every race of men has their bad. It's not just black. Shorty never said that that the Shorty everything Tasha's combating or saying Shorty never said. Like she never said black males are fucking I mean that white males are better in all aspects than white males, that all white males are perfect. She never said anything alluding to that. Like Tasha's putting words into her mouth and she's mixing shit. Why I don't know why she's so combative if she really doesn't know her at all. Like just have an interview.
Conversation. I just kind of wanted, because a lot of times we base our actions off of reactions, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so you kind of spearheading into the algorithm with this white man who you kind of deem as better than any other man that you came across, especially black men. And I saw a lot of the videos where you were saying another black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like I've seen like the clips, and to me, like I said, you may not agree, they do give race bait. And for you to be 19 and your baby daddy at the time being 20, that's a decision that y'all both made,
Mhm.
and like you said, y'all both made that. Is it fair to put it on him that he is the reason as to why you guys went south, why he's not able to afford to take care of the kids? um could you have been just as equally kind of toxic in that relationship as well too?
Absolutely. I feel like women, when they, and it's not something that's talked about enough at all, especially in the black community. When we
Mm-hmm.
have babies, after our hormones are so out of whack. And so when I was with him, I had a baby. And then a year later, I have a baby, postpartum again. So,
Right.
like, yeah, I'm like going through things that he can't understand, doesn't know how to try to understand. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So absolutely. I'm not him in like the past. Like that's neither here nor there to me. Like that's really not a big deal to me. My thing is we're 30, 32. like take care of your kids.
Okay.
That's my
But he's
today
doing
take
that
care.
even though, but he's working a job so that he can pay child support, correct? So
No,
they're
he's not. He's working a job because
You see, like she's trying to do everything to try to defend the deadbeat. Why are you going so hard to defend the deadbeat, especially when you don't know him?
he has to work a job because it's America. He won't be able to provide for himself if he wasn't working a job. So after I put him on child support, we went a whole year without him paying anything. Like,
mm-hmm.
can you hear me?
It's okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I was just taking
Okay,
on.
so
Go
someone was
ahead.
calling.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went like a year without paying anything or paying very minimum just to like stay kind of afloat. He only
Uh-huh.
has to pay $400 for two children. That's not a lot at all whatsoever. And so finally, he wasn't paying. He got his license revoked and all of that nonsense. Till I
Mm-hmm.
finally pressed the issue where I made the government take it directly from his check. He doesn't have a say in that coming out. So
Mm.
no, he's not taking care of his kids. Like at all whatsoever. I have messages from last year with me saying in January, hey, do you want to pay for the tickets right now? They're only $99 each child. I'll buy one ticket and you'll buy the other so that you could get them in June. Nah, I'll take care of it. June came, he didn't get the kids. And
So does he see the kids at least? Like, is he involved in the kid's life?
then he flies out to his mother's house in August, take a couple pictures, and then like post the pictures and pretending like he cares for them or wants to do something when he's seen them for 4 days at his mother's house. And I've heard that story too many times in my own community.
Okay. How many black men have you dated in your community
How many
besides your
black
baby
men?
daddy? Yeah, besides your ex-husband, baby daddy. How many black men have you dated?
Maybe two or three besides him.
And so you're done with black men?
Naturally, like if I was not to be with my husband, I would not desire to waste my time trying to find the right black man. Now, if I just somehow just fell in love, then I would be open to that. I'm not telling people to open horizons while I'm closing mine, but they wouldn't be like my first, you know, option.
That's kind of strong.
But what? It's a preference, bro. Everybody got a preference. If that's her preference, that's her preference. Like, see, she's trying to take it a place that is not. Like, she just don't see, yo, everybody, bro, just respect it. It's not. Why are you so proud?
Like, cause
Yeah.
you have a black son, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So are you, you is it okay if black women were to skip over your son and say, hey, based off of my experiences with three black men, I'm no longer prioritizing men in my own race. Like you're raising a black son without a black father, and right now his father figure is a white man.
Luckily, he has a great grandfather, which is my daddy, and also the baby daddy's father. They go to the baby daddy's father and mother's house every summer.
Mhm.
They didn't go this summer, but they do have like black men in their lives. But
If a bitch passes up my son because he's black, I'ma just tell my son she wasn't the girl for you. It's just pure and simple. Everybody got their preference, bro. Like, why you going so hard on this shit?
if a woman was to skip out on my son because it was her preference, I would in no way, shape, or form be offended. Just like if my sons were to skip, if any of them were to say, I don't, you know, a white woman is not my first option or a black woman is not my first option. It's just his preference. Now, if
I
he's like
agree.
down in black women, like, nah, I don't want to be with no black women because they ugly and they this and that, that would be different. But preference, it's just
Agree.
preference.
Uh,
Okay. But your
Perfect
preference
answer.
is based off of bad experiences with black men.
No, my preference is based off of factual statistics. Yeah. So like would I knowing that we're the least and knowing, yeah, would I just wouldn't want to, especially at my age, um, waste my time dating someone that I know probably likely is not, gonna take me anywhere farther than the date. So
So, if is it fair to say that if black men were doing better, they could easily become your preference again?
absolutely, yeah. Like if statistics were, if our mindset changed as a whole, absolutely. Why not? Yeah.
Okay. So, is it fair to say that you're only with a white man because you can't get the black man that you want?
Oh no, no, not at all. I don't
Why
think
would you
so.
say that?
I don't think so.
See what I mean? Like it's just it's combative as fuck.
I prefer them based
Yo,
on
the bitches are evil. Oh my god, this is how the black community does one another. Like we're fucking spiteful human beings,
their
bro.
morals and their values, and it's just different. Like, and I speak
So white
about
so white men have better morals and values than black men. And
She
and
never
white
as a
said
men
that.
whole, I believe.
were
But
the
I want to say
creators
African
of
American.
the so white men were the creators of the slave trade. But they have better morals.
So, cause one white person, cause so a couple or a handful of white people created slave trades, and a hundred of years, centuries ago, make decades ago. Cause if a couple of white people created, say that means all fucking white people are slaves. Then I mean, all white people are fucking are dickheads. You know how many white people helped the slave Harriet Tubman, the underground railroad? Those are white people helping Shorty out. Like, what are you talking about, slimy? Holy shit! Like, I hate this victim mentality some black people have. It makes the rest of the community look horrible, bruh. Like, you can't be this ignorant. You know how many white people can say that about black people? How many black people just go out there just killing niggas, everything. So every other black people that I see is out there killing niggas. It's like, come, bro.
And values than black
African
men.
Americans in 2024, yeah, I don't know about it 1920, but in 2024 as a whole, I believe so. And I speak on African American black men because African men are different. Like they
Go ahead, sister. Let it be known. We was raised by I can't do my, but I listen for all y'all that I'm African. I'm from Mali. I Bamako. I speak the native language. Be bamanangafo. Ni ao mo fe fe be bamanangame. I afo yimi fo sisa ne African ni Mali yo. Ao so about fe. Paske why? Our parents raised us properly.
are more likely to take care of their families. Like other black men are not different than African American. I'm not just speaking on black men,
But
I'm
but
speaking on
but
African
it was
Americans.
but you do know when we're talking about statistics and facts, right? Because you are basing it on statistics. You do know that when we look at why black men don't take care of black women, it's because of white men separating black men and black women from their families. And we just came out of the civil rights movement literally during our mom's time. My mom went to school in the 1960s. So we're literally talking about 40, 50 years. And
Yeah,
so
I
this
do
is
get it,
the
Tasha, but it's
cycle.
like
And this is due to the laws that white men put in place to ensure that black women like me and you would look at black men and say, we prefer to be with a white man because white men physically couldn't measure up to a black man. So what they did was attack them mentally, spiritually, and financially so that we would look at them as the go-to. You do know that, right?
I do get it, but I do know that and I get it. But there comes a point where you can't keep making excuses. Like it's just like when we get so upset and rattled over like the police killing our people, but it's black men killing each other every single day over this silliest, pettiest stuff.
And the shit that that Tasha said, talking about white men are taking black families away from each other. So let's use Rose Mill example. She her the father of her child, the black baby daddy, d- chose to leave the family because he didn't want to be with it no more. He didn't want to pay no fucking child support, none of that shit. The white man, if the government is the white man, the white man is making him support that family. So what are you talking about? That right there,
But
Like
did
three
you,
hundred
but
dollars or
you
a
do know
thing.
why people just don't wake up and just, you know what, I'm just gonna kill somebody today, right? You do know that was systematically put in place by white men, right? because we don't
Mhm.
manufacture guns. We don't make guns as black people. We don't even ship them here. So why are guns heavily infiltrated into a black community? But when they are in the white community is using them to hunt deers, and in some cases, in some rural areas, niggas.
Alright, but bro, well, okay, okay. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Alright, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Let's say, let's is a big bad world government plan that wants to kill all niggas, right? And they are introducing, cause to an extent they are. They're introducing guns, drugs, and all this shit into nigga population, into gangs and all that shit. They're funding the gang wars and all that crap, right? For there has to be a gang war two fund in the first place, bro. Niggas already started beefing with each other before the white man got into it. The white man is making profit, whoever's supplying the drugs, I mean the guns to the fucking to the hoods. They were making profit because the niggas want that shit, bro. Don't it's not that guns don't kill people. People kill people. The gun doesn't walk on its own. It's not like Big Mom took her soul and put that shit in a gun and that shit they just bounce it around toting and shit. No, bro. Like the guns don't walk around and just killing niggas. Let's get that idea out the fucking. This is the victim mentality. She doesn't want to hold no nigga accountable. So every fucking gang shootout, every fucking innocent person died because a gang member can't fucking aim. Every one of those is the white man's fault. It's not the gang member who looked for the gun, who purchased the gun, who ammoed up the gun, who aimed the gun and pulled the trigger. It's not their fault, right? They have nothing to do with it. Alright, shut up, bro. Shut up. Look, please, as someone from a black community, don't listen don't listen to this bitch, bro. She do not have a mentality like this bitch does. This oh my lord.
I feel you, girl. But I just feel like we can't make we know better at this point, and now it's just
Facts.
time to start doing better. You know,
I
Facts.
get that,
we very well
but
know
could it
better.
be? But could it possibly be time for you to pick better,
What is
I
black men?
did.
how does the two
No, no,
equate?
Over
no,
the
no,
black
no.
men.
Yeah, there is a
Mm.
How does
tier
the
of
two
black
equate?
men that I run into every day. That I'm married to a black man. Yes, he's African, but there are also American
Look, well, you look at that. She's married to an African black man, and she's going.
black men that are just as competitive
So why
with
you
an
married
African
them?
black man. And African black men have their own shit as well too. You about will be a sister wife married to an African black man because yeah, they do stand on business when it comes to raising their families. But to
Hmm.
isolate based off of three experiences that you had at such a very young age, and now you put a white man on a totem pole like this as he's the savior, which was systematically designed for all women to look at white men as a savior. You're doing that, but yet making videos when you're drunk one night with a glass of wine, because the wine do tell truth, and you tried to put him out as the black man that you did when you put on papers and made him pay child support. So which is it, Rose?
Ooh, girl, you spicy right now.
I ain't
Okay.
spicy. I'm just
No, but
saying
I'm
the
gonna say it.
facts.
My husband, I praise my husband because I praise my husband because he's my husband. I don't praise my husband because he's a white man. He happens to be a white man. I
But
don't praise my husband
Pure and
because he hold
simple.
on. I don't
okay,
praise him because he's a white man. I praise him because he's my husband. And I didn't when I found my husband, I was not actually looking for a particular man. That's why I say three because after the husband, ex-husband, baby daddy, that wasn't just it with me dating black men. I dated the others after him. And it wasn't like the worst experience at all
hold on for a
whatsoever.
second, Rose. What's
Yeah.
going on with that cursor over there? Please don't touch it. Okay, because you almost dropped her down. Okay, don't touch it. Please don't touch it because it's distracting. Okay, go ahead, Rose. Sorry about that.
No, yeah. So I'm just saying, I was not like hunting for a white man when I found my husband, and I praise my husband because he's my husband, not because he's white. Now, when I talk about statistics, and I
I
don't do
like that
it in
answer.
all of my content, Tosh, you may not watch my content like
Of
in
course.
full, like you said, but I do a lot of just family content and whatnot. And no, me having a glass of wine, girl, it's not what it looks like. But no, I wasn't just ready to put my
Well,
husband
okay,
down.
well let's move to that video because that's ultimately why you made the wine list on my show was because I saw and I
Girl,
followed you.
take me off the wine list, honey.
Honey. You on the wine list, baby girl. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Listen.
I'm
And
done with the.
you wouldn't be on the wine list if you didn't put your white savior out on the internet for people to be dropping apple pies at his doorstep in his DM. You threw that man out here to the
Girl,
wolves
not
after
my
you done
white
paraded him
savior.
as the big dick white Jesus savior that he was, and then
Bruh.
you
Yes,
turned
baby.
around and
Yes.
emasculated that man before the black man that wanted you to do it. Why did you make that video? He's standing there holding the baby, and you telling him, "Don't act like
Yeah,
I'm not the
that video was fucked up though. That video was fucked up.
one that put down on this house. Don't act like it's not my money that keeps us afloat. Don't act
Girl,
like I'm not the one that pay all the bills." Like
girl.
you really dragged him like how we drag some of these sorry ass black men out here. I thought
No,
he was
you know
Yeah, we was
what? You
getting
everything
know
that
how
other
shit
I
than
too.
that.
dragged
What
them?
happened?
I
Why you?
dragged them. I dragged them how a crazy wife drags a man sometimes. They ain't got shit to do with white savior, black, nothing. It ain't got shit to do with it. It was a situation that occurred
Mm-hmm.
and I apologize for it. Like, but I am like, I'm not gonna sit on here like I'm so sorry. I mean, it's life. It happens. Do I think that me and my husband will never get in an argument again if we want to be together for the rest of our lives? I personally don't think so. I think that we're very likely to get in an argument again. Now, that particular one,
But the issue is you're throwing shit at him that you shouldn't be throwing at in an argument, especially in a public setting.
it wasn't for the whole YouTube streets. It wasn't. There was some. You got time?
Yeah, I'm here, girl. I got my bottle. Let's go.
Girl, it's so long. You got
Mm-hmm.
time.
I
Okay.
got time.
Okay.
Half my kids in Africa and here, so I'm good. You got all yours there. So do you have some time, honey?
I think so. Okay,
Mhm.
so
All right, go ahead. Tell us what happened that night
I'm
to lead
not
you to
I'm
cuss
not
out your husband.
true. I'm not true to this, Tasha. I'm new to this.
Okay.
You know how messy it could get in
I
the
know how
virtual
messy it
world.
get. That's why we here to clean up the
I
mess,
didn't.
child.
I did not know how messy it could get. Now I'm gonna get real right now because I am drinking. You said that the wine is the truth juice, which it was not all truth at all whatsoever.
What
Let me
you
just
got?
say that.
Apple juice or cognac in there?
Girl, this Jack Daniels.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to put it in a glass because you don't want the kids to think it's apple juice.
Baby, kids.
Go ahead.
Okay, now look.
So what
Okay,
happened? What happened? Why
okay.
you cuss your white husband out like that
Girl, shut up
and
talking about white
emasculated
husband.
him before these black men that was waiting on your ass to come out and say he just like us. They just like us.
Tasha,
What
why
happened?
why you keep saying white husband? White
Because God,
savior.
like that's how you paraded him. Like he was the best. You a white man, a black man's treasure is a white black man's trash is a white man's treasure. Like you
Girl,
paraded him,
go to
and let's not act like
hell,
you didn't.
Tasha.
Let's not act like you didn't get your following from black women who looked up to y'all
Okay,
biracial relationship.
as they should. Okay, so okay.
Bro,
All
what's come
right,
on.
7 months ago now, he turned 7. On Tiger's No, for like the last 2 months, I've been battling with this woman. On top of battling with other things, I did have a baby 7 months ago now. He turned 7 months a couple days ago.
Okay.
So this woman came out of nowhere on beautiful, like just family oriented videos. Like I wasn't doing nothing. I didn't even know who the hell she was until my subscribers started coming like, hey, did you see this woman's, and I can't speak on her channel name because I'm currently working with some legalities. Her channel is now shut down. But
Are
yeah,
we talking about Judge Fifi?
No, baby. And why you giving people free clout?
Clout? No, honey, we just state the facts over here. I don't
No,
know nothing about
it's
no
somebody
clout.
else. It's somebody else. And you know what?
Okay.
Somebody said that I was her name is similar to yours, actually. And somebody was like, oh, Rose tried to come for Tasha K. I didn't try to come for Tasha K. I
No,
tried to
I
come.
didn't see no videos like that. Even if you did, you got the right to do it. That's your channel.
No, but I didn't like
Okay.
I when I messaged you, I felt like yours was, it wasn't you
Yeah,
stated
no,
your
we just
opinion.
spill the wine that you spill
Yeah.
over here. So you threw the wine out, so we kept
Mm-hmm.
and drinking
Right.
it. So that's all we're doing. So what
Right.
happened? What led up to that
Okay, so
video?
she not only she called herself in a reaction channel, but she
Mm,
went in so hard, like as if like I stole her man or something. Like everything I
hmm
did was wrong. And then she made a whole mob out of it. So like her mob would come to my content just saying negative stuff every single time I post a video. That gets to you. I thought I was a strong person, but after so many times for months and months and like hundreds of people, it
hmm
starts to drive you absolutely insane. And so that's where I was. I also she literally almost drove me insane. Like I have police reports and everything, like and like finding my baby daddy and like posting where I live. Like she went really in as if she knows me personally.
So you have a
So
stalker.
yeah, I was
Okay.
definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I was driven absolutely crazy by this person that I don't even know.
Okay.
And so um and then I did a live video with my mother right before that, and I have a very toxic relationship with my mom. But
Okay.
my mom just dropped a book, and I don't know if she wanted publicity or what it was. But I haven't talked to my mom in months. She has not even met my 7-month-old child. She hasn't even came to see my new house that I purchased 2 years ago. That that was big for me to purchase a house. She
You
lives in
said my
Allen.
new house. You said my new house. Is it your house? Is your you and your husband house?
My husband and I.
Okay. Because I know in
Yeah.
the video you was like, don't act like I didn't do this. And then you came back to say that's not true. And then you came back to say, well, his income and you posted his
Wait,
it looked like his
Tasha.
mortgage statement. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm
Tasha.
just saying, because you said my new house, like our house, we just bought a house. That's normally what people say when they buy it together.
Okay, Tasha.
Okay, go ahead. So you and your
So
mama
my
was like, hey,
husband
mama,
and I
go
new
ahead.
house. She hasn't seen it, and so I
Okay.
did a live with her. I did a live with her on that same day, right? And she actually. Oh, I want to say, I made a decision to fake separate from my husband because at this point I have a detective and everything in regards to the situation, but I was having to pay a lawyer. So I'm like, okay, if I have to pay a fucking lawyer like $7,000 like just to even talk to him, she's gonna pay for this lawyer, like I'm gonna make her pay. So as much as it was driving me insane, like it was also driving my algorithm up with them commenting all the negativity and everything. And so I was like, okay, so I'm gonna make her pay for her own lawyer for me to chew a hole in her ass. That was my plan. Um, and so we fake separated. Then
So when
I
he, so
did.
when you made that video and he said he had left for 2 weeks and he was apologizing to you for leaving you with the babies and he's gonna step up more, that was fake.
No, it's the fakeness started on the video that said we separated. So that was just
Okay.
about a week ago. Yeah, all of this
Okay.
fakeness was about a week ago. He actually went to Arizona, to finish working and get the stuff and everything. But yeah, so we fake separated. And then I did a video with my mom. Well, I was doing a live, minding my business. My mom's like, hey, let me join in, let me join in. And she got on live and she instantly starts shouting out her book. And then she just starts saying crazy, off the wall stuff about me. And I was like, I cannot believe she did this. And I was drinking. So I got emotional. I did. And then so I told my husband, like, I want to move from Hawaii. Like, nothing is working out for me. I don't know why all this is happening. And I just got very emotional. And so my husband was like, instead of like helping me or calm me or soothing me, like, he was like, what do you mean we're moving from Hawaii? Like, no, we're not. Like, I'm like, well, I am. Like, you don't have to, but I am. Then he just started going in. I'm not gonna lie. That no, the argument was real. He started going in. Me, I seen that these other channel was on live as they always are. I got on my phone and her thing clicked up. And whenever I get on the phone, get on live, she would actually turn my live on while she's on live. So I figured that's what it was gonna be. And that's why I got on and off multiple times. Like I got on a live and then I clicked it off, deleted it, got back on, clicked it off, deleted it. Because it wasn't supposed to be for my true subscribers. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning and I don't get any in Hawaii. So it was like different out there. 11 in Hawaii, so it was like
Mm-hmm.
3 or something where they were. So yeah, I didn't figure many people were gonna see it at all except the people that I wanted to see it. But obviously she screen recorded as she does, and it really escalated more than I could have ever imagined.
And welcome to the Unwind with Tasha K. We're here today, okay?
And it
And,
got me
and,
on your list.
yeah, you were on the wine list, and so we were discussing, how you just threw the white king out with the trash black men. Because you said they black men are trash statistically, and the white man that you put up,
uh-uh
you threw
no
him out there with them niggas. So you taking
Hold
it
on,
back?
that's what we're not gonna do though. Because
You
I
taking it
never
back?
said the Kings were trash. I never said that.
You
I
taking it
said the
back?
statistics are not
Mm-hmm.
okay. I ain't
Okay.
said it was trash. I never said that. I would
I mean,
never
there's
say
a
that.
lot of bad, ratchet black women too.
Yeah, there are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's also
Yes,
a lot
there
of
And both of y'all one of them.
are. Unfortunately, all these the crab in a bucket mentality, I get it the most from women that look like me. Yes,
uh-huh.
there are.
And there's also I could lip gloss too. There's also hold on. Yes, we lip gloss. And there's also statistic toxic black wives and black mothers as well too.
Like both of y'all.
Black sons with a preference.
This is better or that's better in my household to my sons at all. Like at all. They don't. No.
You don't think they're gonna watch your videos one day?
No, I don't think they're gonna be like interested to like go back and watch stuff regarding like I don't speak that much on race, Tasha. I really don't. Like I get that I do it here and there, but I don't like every video is not about race, honey child.
So, Rose, you think you would have built the audience that you built without parading the biracial relationship in front of the world? You think that's why we think we was following you? I mean, you are a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. Brett, in my opinion, he okay. I done seen white men that look better. I'm just saying. And I know that's your
Girl,
husband.
my
Look at the
man is
shade,
fine.
bro. Like the disrespect.
Child.
My white savior, baby.
If you know what?
All I'm saying is,
Since since we have been in the door to it, she got and she want to talk about people's husbands though. She want to talk about this nigga ain't the most attractive black man in the fucking world. Like big ass nose, like fucking. What are you talking about? But eh, whatever.
do you think personally we would have followed you
Mm-hmm.
had you would have not been race baiting?
Yeah, I do. I think I do.
What would we have followed? Tell us. What
Girl,
is it about you
the
that's
Queen
worth
Rose.
following?
The Queen Rose. I'm just outspoken. I'm blunt. I'm real. I'm raw. Like I don't get on here like a lot of other social media influencers do and just like perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't. Like I show y'all. And it
But you
was not my
was.
first time like going crazy on like people that follow me, they've been through the trenches with me. Like I bring people through the trenches of my real life with me, like whatever it may
Mm-hmm.
be. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do. Like I'm a real person. I have personality. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
boring. And so yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. And I'm glad that you stated that. But, let's just be honest. The statistics show when we look at the facts and look at the followers and why people are following you, it is because of the controversy surrounding you and your husband's relationship. And being that you cussed him out on live, that's not something that, people in healthy relationships do. So is your relationship real
But
or
like,
is
how
it
would
fake?
society know what people in healthy relationships do? Because most of society are not in healthy relationships. So people in healthy relationships, Tasha, are human. Like, let's be very real about that. People
True.
in healthy relationships are human and they have ups and downs. So me, going through some things and having a moment and cussing my husband out, it's not like the staple of our relationship. It doesn't mean that our like, genuinely and truly, my relationship is exactly what I show it. It's exactly what it is. We went to vacation. We randomly moved here. I literally randomly on a vacation told my husband I want to move here. I moved here. My husband genuinely moves mountains for me. Genuinely. Like,
So
where I
you
went to
moved
pray for
in
me.
and you moved to Hawaii on vacation and your husband just followed you.
No, not just followed me. We were on a family vacation together. And on day two, I told my husband, babe, I want to move here. Can we move here? And he was beating around with it for like, a couple days. And then, like, day four, he was like, okay, if you can find a place to live, we can move here. So I went and found a place to live. And he quit his job, went back to Arizona to finish working for 2 weeks to be able to close everything out. And while he was there, he was applying to jobs. He got the job. He came and we were moved here. Like,
Okay.
genuinely, you think men, the average man does that? No, like, my husband genuinely does whatever to, like,
So
just
he
make me
followed you.
happy.
So you
No,
leader.
no, we
You the
we
leader.
we come up with things together. Like, if he would have said absolutely not, then you think I would have moved here? No. So I was hoping that he said
Yes.
yeah. He would
You said in the beginning, in one of the things, it was like, oh, I'm leaving Hawaii. I don't want to be here. It's like, oh, why would you? You said, well, you could stay here, but I'm going. So yes, you don't respect them.
was beating around with it, and he ended up
Mhm.
saying yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What if the roles were reversed? What if he, being a white man, would have uploaded a video telling you how sorry of a black woman you were and how you didn't contribute? What if he were to publicly say that about you
I'm not
in a
sure
video
because
when
I
it
can.
goes ultra viral?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know, like, it's like, what if he would have did that? I mean, we're married, so I would have been mad and then got unmad, and then we would have continued our marriage, our relationship, because we're literally like married. Like, it's not my boyfriend, we're married. But like, what if he did that? At what level of hurt would I have been? I'm not sure because I'm not in the predic. I have to be in the predicament to know what I would do.
So you don't have empathy.
Empathy for what? Yeah,
Like to be able to empathize with someone even though you've never experienced that. So the reason
absolutely. I have.
do you
Yeah.
lack empathy?
No, I'm actually literally an empath. Like, if you started crying about something right now, I'm overly emotional person where I'm gonna start. And that's the thing. That's where the little argument was with me being overly emotional about my mom, overly emotional about the
It's not one
way
of the
my
like
husband
me.
was just going in and not being able to. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna, troll him and troll the troll. It really was not for.
Troll your savior, and you paraded him and how great he is as a partner and a lover to the world, and
Right.
you
And
didn't
he
think.
still is that. He literally still is that.
Okay.
The thing is, like, we are, I know a lot of people really love to live in like a fairy tale world. It's like, oh my goodness, they're a good, healthy couple. So, like, they
Mm-mm.
don't argue at all. Everyone does argue. Sure, my
Every
argument, it got super viral where that was not like the
Mhm.
goal. That's not where it's supposed to, what was supposed to happen. But
I think everyone knows that relationships have arguments, right?
mhm.
But I could tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I've been married 18 years. You can't find one video, one text message, one email of me disrespecting and emasculating my husband before the public because I'm mad at my mom. And I had had a very toxic relationship with my mother for 15 years of my marriage. We just recently got on the same page. I had more than enough triggers to be able to upload when my husband or when somebody does something to me and then I can take it out on him. But for me to say purposely upload, go live, don't act like I didn't do this. Don't act like you don't do this. Don't act like I didn't buy my car and put the bow on it. But you paraded it as if he gave you these gifts.
I didn't buy my. He did. He did. He did. And that's the thing. That's what I said. I was an emotional woman, and I was talking shit. So for my husband, I don't know. Maybe we're both delusional together because he's not really like tripping at all. So I'm gonna be one
I
hundred
know he
percent
ain't
honest.
tripping. Most men don't sweat the
He's
small
not
stuff.
like he really
But
isn't. So I do love that for you that you can't find any of that on you in 18 years. I
mm,
love that for you, and I love how long you've been married. I love it.
well, it's
I think
because
it's
I
very
intentionally
admirable.
don't do it. I intentionally do not disrespect or emasculate my man before anybody.
I
He
love
can't
that.
even say that I've said that around friends. So for you,
Just cause, ladies, just cause you're not publicly saying stuff that's disrespected and emasculating your man, doesn't mean he still can't be emasculated or disrespected by the action. The fact that you're presenting, I'm not even talking about how she dressed and none of that shit, but whatever. The fact, well, that's also something. If he's an African dude, his parents wouldn't approve of this shit, but whatever. Let's take that aside. The fact that you're not saying whatever, and I'm talking about like your personality, how you're talking to her, how you're talking about her husband, talking about oh her husband is not a good looking dude, he's not a child, seen about yada yada. What if the roles were reversed? What if that was your husband talking about some other nigga's wife? You will feel embarrassed, right? So the shit that you're doing shows the type of man that he is. A woman is a reflection of their man, bro. Pure and simple. Same way a man is a reflection of your woman. So the shit that you're doing right now, it is reflecting poorly of him. And how you're coming at her, it shows that you're not even intelligent enough to understand what people are saying. Like you don't you like you're a talk show host, but you're not listening to what the fuck you're interviewing people, but you're not listening to what they're saying. You're just trying to push your agenda of talking about oh you hate black men, you hate black men. Just say you hate black men, bitch. Just say you hate black men. Just say white men are better. Like you're trying so hard to try to prove that point, and you're nitpicking at every little thing Shorty says and try to flip it into something that is not to the point is embarrassing. Like I'm not saying that what she did is fucking is good either, cause fuck no, she was the worst. Cause in that video, I was trying to find the clip that was deleted, but I kept finding like snippets of it. I'm not even sure if I seen the entirety of the video. But the parts that I've seen, she keeps asking this nigga, "Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to talk?" He keeps saying no, obviously no, and then he said it like he doesn't want to do that shit on public or on live or some shit. But yeah, she still kept going, and she's the shit that she says, talking about implying that this nigga was with a man type shit. Like the shit that she said or implied in that video is some damning shit. And the fact that you chose to keep going public about it, she's all the way fucked up.
to take to the internet where you make your money. Both of
Hmm.
y'all make money off the internet. Make no mistake. So when you was like, "Don't act like my money didn't put money
Thank
down on this
you.
house,"
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
You
that
see,
he
I'm
over
sitting
there, his
here.
face in the camera, that's his money too.
That's what I. Hello, Tasha. So you know
Okay,
that. So I don't know
okay,
why, like
okay. We on the same
the Range Rover and everything else. I'm sitting here. I don't work. I haven't worked since I've been with my husband. I don't
but you do
work.
work.
He's work. I Yes, but I'm saying I don't go to a place to work. So anything, any money that I've gotten it with and due to my husband. So I didn't put a bow on my car. I actually told my husband I didn't want the Range Rover. So when he quit working while I was 8 months pregnant for a minute, and I had to make a couple car notes. Yeah, I was pissed, but I didn't. I actually told my husband I didn't want the Range Rover to
So
begin with.
there it is. So you did feel like you were carrying the family, and when he didn't have a job, is when all those old emotions came up that you haven't dealt with from your last relationship. Being that he was sitting there not working, you got
I
angry
don't
because you
hold
just said
anything
that, and that's
Why
toxic
did
what
she?
from
led
my.
to the
Why did she
video.
get that?
I don't hold anything from my last relationship because it was so long ago. I genuinely don't. So if there was some stuff going on in my relationship and the thing about it is my vlogs, I've literally expressed this. I literally was crying. I literally told them, my husband lost his. I tell them I'm very authentic with my post. So, yeah, like I love that you said you've been married for 18 years and you would have never and you could never. But how much have you learned in your 18 years? I'm sure
A
you've
lot.
learned a lot as a
Oh
woman.
yeah,
So
a
I'm glad that I
lot.
learned my lesson right now. That's not just something that I do, and it's not something that I will do in the future. But I mean, we're human, we learn and we grow. But yeah, I was going through a lot. Yeah, I felt it's the word like I don't know. I don't
Well,
think
I mean,
it's
let's be
jealous.
honest. How did it make you feel when your husband was at home for 4 months with no job?
Yeah. So that at the time with me being pregnant, he was supposed to. My husband is from Iowa. He's has a very strong work ethic. He's a
Mm-hmm.
very hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always made six figures on paper by working. I'm a very entrepreneurial mindset person.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal when I was 8 months pregnant, he was supposed to stop working and he was supposed to get things done. Like he's been had all his hours to become a pilot for like 3 years now. All he has to do is pass the written test and he's a pilot. But like you had 4 months and you did not pass, you didn't do anything towards becoming a pilot. Not only did you not do that, you didn't work at our other go like I have the mindset where I put ways
See, this is too much information. Like
for our family to grow and thrive, and like you didn't even do that. But then like I'm constantly not only praising you online, I'm constantly praising you in real life. And I feel, girl, I told you I was an emotional person. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I feel like you was I wasn't given like the praise that I give you at all. And then especially when you go and look online and people are being so negative to you. Everything that you do is wrong and everything my husband does is right. It's like, okay, wait, hold on. Like no, there's like I don't know. It's just like I'm
so she wanted to throw him under the bus to make herself feel better.
definitely deserving of some praise when it comes. Now when it comes to our
So you
family,
wanted
would
to
I
be
have
praised at 8 months. You asked him to move, right?
mhm.
Okay. And you wanted to be praised and appreciated by him
Wait, I
going
didn't
to,
ask
going
him to
to
move at
work
eight
in the
months.
4 months that he was off.
Sorry, what?
I'm just responding to what you were saying. So
Yes.
basically, I asked you, how did it make you feel that he sat down for 4 months and didn't work while you were 8 months pregnant? And you said you felt like he could have done more. And so
Yeah.
when you're going online to read comments about this and that, it triggered you and you just felt like unappreciated and you wanted to feel more appreciated, and you're an entrepreneur, so you felt like he needed to push himself more. And so do you think maybe that kind of triggered some underlying, like, just kind of projections and prejudices that you have buried, and it brought up a lot of emotions because it could make you look like a hypocrite and a liar on live, being that
No.
you praised him as the white savior and now he's sitting at home for 4 months while you pregnant with no job and you're going live, and so it's your YouTube money that you feel is yours even though he's in the YouTube videos. That's your money, that's not his money,
But
so
she
he
didn't
still
say
needs
that
to get out
though.
and get a job even though he contributes heavily to your success. And I don't think personally you would be sitting at the number that you're sitting if it
That's
wasn't
what I'm
for
saying.
the
Yeah.
dynamic that you had. So he was working. He could take 4 months
That's
off if
what
he
I'm
wanted
saying.
to.
All of our money that I acquired because I am the person that thinks of I'm not just a YouTuber. I have a vitamin company. We have an Airbnb, and we make money in different ways. But all of the money that I acquire is definitely
Happiness.
my I thought it out, but definitely with my husband, us as a unit, as a couple. Do I think that he, right now he has a job? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, you put that out there because after you said that, he wasn't
No,
working,
I'm talking about
and
8 months pregnant, my love. Like 8 months.
okay,
I'm 7 months postpartum.
okay. I
I'm
know.
talking
I'm just
about eight
saying.
months pregnant.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So at that time, yes, I felt like he was not, and this is not new. I know it's new to the people that don't follow me and see a couple
Mm-hmm.
videos. The people that follow me, I don't hide that. They've seen it. They've seen it in the vlogs. We talked about it. And so, yeah, I literally cried on camera about it. So that argument and me feeling unappreciated in that time, like I said, I just had an emotional little moment. And so
And I mean, you're allowed to
I've
get
been going
pregnant.
through a lot with that.
So that was the first time she had an emotional moment, and then her answer was to throw him under the bus. And then now, because the second time when she got her here, that when she has her answer was to throw him under the bus and make sure that the bus hit him this time. Okay,
With the woman and with the trying to learn how to be this level of
but she's gonna keep doing it because the husband is letting her walk all over him.
like
So
out there on social media. And so I've learned a lot in this little 2 months, and I'm appreciative for the lessons. But yeah, it was definitely a hard time. It
Okay.
was a lot going on. The postpartum, not usually the summer times. For 5 years, my older two kids go to their grandparents on their biological father's side. So they
Okay.
didn't get them this time. So I'm a mother of four. I have the 7-month-old baby. I have all the kids with me, literally going crazy, lacking a social life outside of social media. And then social
Mm-hmm.
media is what I do for work, and it's a lot going on in this space. So it was just a total, a lot going on at the time. So
So there's no listen, it's facts that you have a lot on your plate. Okay, four
yeah.
kids, you're running a very controversial platform. Okay,
Mhm.
you built it this way, so you got to be able to
I'm okay with
take
it. I
what
still
comes with
stand
it.
that, on
Mm-hmm.
my thoughts and opinions.
Yeah. So
Girl, stop copying me every time I put on my chapstick.
my beard feel nice.
I'm not touching you. So here's the thing. Listen, you said something that kind of triggered me to ask you this question. So you feel like the reason you guys have the lifestyle you have is not because of your husband making six figures, it's because of you thinking of diverse ways to be able to supplement income. And when he was out those 4 months not working and could have worked, you were implementing different ways while you were pregnant and while you were not pregnant to keep things going so that you guys don't have to live on six figures. Because living on six figures is really not a lot these days. Two
Thank
people
you.
make that,
Hello.
right? So
Yeah.
you do feel like underappreciated because you've mentioned that. I just want to feel appreciated when it comes to
Not a
the
lot of
effort that you
things.
give in the relationship
Well, for
and your
me to,
contributions.
yeah, for me to have to, yeah, even like make a couple payments on a car note,
People
that
don't
I was
understand
appreciative for the Range
how much
Rover.
people in the
Don't get
states
me
make
wrong.
six figures.
But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't,
Holy fuck!
like,
This
I
shit
did
is not
not
a lot
ask
to
for
make.
it to begin with. For one, I was appreciative for it, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
But for you to like stop working a month after you buy it from me, and me to have to, yeah, like there's many reasons. So for him to
But you
move,
said you bought that car.
sure, yeah, in a emotional, because I felt like I was paying for it. He put a lump sum of a down payment, and I'm paying for it in car notes. So
You ever play
yes.
you ever played chess before?
No, what's up?
You've never played chess?
No, I've never
Okay.
played it.
So on the chessboard, you got the knights, you got the priests, all them people, right? And then you got the king and the queen.
Mm-hmm.
The king never moves, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But the queen, she moves around the board. Do you know why?
Why she move?
Well, she moves because
King
the
can't move
king is
by
at
the way.
home being stable. So sometimes, even when the king is threatened because a lot of times they're trying to come take the king, but she protects the king
It
and
looks like
protects
it looks like she's reading this shit off something because the way her eyes keep glaring on. So this is not even her own original thought.
the castle by moving around and moving different pieces while he's the stable foundation.
That's
But
why she
she has to
only.
protect. And so I think, these statistics that you're basing your relationship off of, and it's triggering a lot of things that you've kind of told yourself based on how you were taught when it comes to relationships. Baby, the king is always stable, but sometimes you may get under attack. And
You see how she speaks effortlessly and everything else, but every time she tried to go back to the K analogy, the bitch stutters or like her speech is broken up. She don't know what the talking about.
while he stays stable and doesn't move, and he's still the queen moves around the board to protect everything financially, to make more money, to look out, to tell him who's trying to come get him,
I love that.
what we need to do. And even sometimes she may have to have his back. And when you're in marriages, the queen moves around the house. She does more than what the king does.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that, right?
I love that.
I don't know what the
That's
fuck
That,
she's
that
talking
respect.
about.
those
No,
are
I do know that. I do know that. But like I said, I don't. I'm not like. I apologize, but I'm not
uh-huh.
like overly beating myself up the way that you got. Not you, but like the internet would like me to. Like I cannot believe I went through some shit. It is what it
No,
is.
it was
Like,
just utterly disrespectful for you to disrespect your husband like that because you were going through what you were going through
absolutely.
publicly. Like,
Yep.
first of all, I don't disrespect my husband publicly or
I
privately. I
love
just
that.
don't do it.
I
I
love
just don't
that.
do it. And I was raised by
You don't
women
know
who
that.
taught me never to do that because you don't let people know what's going on in your house. And I
I
get that you guys
agree.
make family content, but like that's a good way for women to be at your doorstep throwing pussy at that man that you praising.
I
So you don't
agree.
do it
They're
because of
throwing it
insecurities.
regardless, but I
Mm.
100% agree.
Mm.
I'm 100% with
Shut
you on
your
that.
mouth, child.
I'm 100% with you on that. That is not a lie at all whatsoever. Absolutely, and I love the way you put that with the chess and the checkers. I like it.
That's
But
the game.
yeah, I love that. I love that, and
Okay.
I'm in
You can
agreement
move the
with
king.
you on everything that you say. You're not wrong. But again, life happens. We make mistakes and we learn from it and we move on.
Do
And
you
so
have a
that's
drinking
where I am.
problem?
No, girl, I'm drinking because this is my first interview with like you. Kind
Okay,
of,
no, I was
you're kind of
asking. No,
know.
somebody had. Listen, I don't watch you to that extent. I drank too, child.
Yeah.
Listen, I drank too. I got my wine, but they were saying that you drank a lot while
Oh no,
breastfeeding.
I wish I could drink more. No, I don't drink a lot at all whatsoever. I drink
Yeah, she been baby
not
sipping
even
that
once a
shit.
week. If I have a couple drinks in one week, it is what it is. But I don't drink
Okay.
every like regularly at
Do
all.
you have postpartum depression?
It's possible. I don't know. I was not diagnosed with it, but do I think that my emotions and hormones were out of whack postpartum? 100%. We were also, making that abrupt move. It definitely was some what are they called? Potholes that we had to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So the Airbnb tank staying in a very tight space with six people drove me crazy, amongst other things. So we definitely, it was not just like smooth sailing move at all whatsoever. So
Mm-hmm.
now we just got settled into our house here, or our apartment, our condo
Congratu-
here,
Congratulations.
yeah, here in Hawaii, and things have drastically been better, like a lot better for me since I finally feel like I could breathe and I'm getting settled. So, yeah.
Have you ever been diagnosed with any sort of mental illness, like bipolar or being manic or?
Nope, I've been diagnosed with prepartum I think it's called prepartum depression when I was like 6 or 5 months pregnant.
So it's probably most like I'm
And
not a doctor or
anxiety.
anything. Yeah. Okay.
I go to the doctor a ton because I do have anxiety disorder.
Okay.
But yeah, like the stuff that
That's
the
pretty serious. Anxiety
absolutely.
is
Yeah.
very serious because it can knock off your hormonal imbalance, especially with you making so much because you are breastfeeding and you are making a lot of milk, and that takes hormones to do that. So if you do have something like that, I would definitely take it
I
serious
don't,
because anxiety can throw the
I,
thyroid out of whack.
I, I don't know if what she's saying is true, but for with all the shit she been saying, I'm gonna just say it's bullshit.
And the thyroid controls the hormones and all of that stuff, and it could cause some chemical imbalances.
No, yeah, I have a literal doctor, and so the like, I actually find not you at all
Mhm.
whatsoever, because you're asking questions based on what you're being asked,
Right.
but the I find the internet doctors absolutely comical,
Hmm.
especially most of these people that comment. They have so much going on
So
in
what
their
about you,
life, it
Tasha?
makes no sense, like
So
so much going on.
you've never told your followers that you take any type of meds for any type of mental illness or anything?
No, absolutely not. I told them that I have anxiety disorder, which I do have. I've been what is it called? Prescribed medications for anxiety disorder, but my subscribers know that I don't take drugs. Like I'm
Okay.
not into any
No,
medication.
and that's
So
cool. Like, listen, I'm not here to judge you or play doctor.
You
I'm
yeah.
not a
are.
doctor or anything. I mean, I empathize with you. I know what it's like to have new babies and other babies in the house and to be married
Hmm.
and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
only piece that we was here about was, are you living a lie? Are you being hypocritical? Did you post
No,
your
I don't think
husband
so.
to
The person that I
antagonize
am,
you?
I won't be
And
able to live a life for a very long time. So, no, I don't think so. I wish I could. I would
You
be a
don't think
much
so?
better influencer for sure
if
if
for
I
what?
knew how to live a lie the way that most of them do. I would absolutely be a better, like, just smiling all the time. If you actually go and look at my vlogs, you'll be able to see, like, damn, she was tripping. You'll see me bouncing on a ball 8 months pregnant, looking crazy, crying,
Mhm.
talking about when it rains, it pours, because that was my true emotions at the time. So when I'm sad, I get on there sad. When I'm happy, I get on there happy. When I'm mad, I get on there mad. And yeah, there's no living a lie at all.
Okay. Now you're on live quite a lot. Like,
Yeah, right now I am, because with moving, I'm trying to stay on top of my content and my computer, and well, my computer broke because my son jumped on it. And then my camera is it's just not like, I feel like I need a new one. It's not completely broken, but you know how like they can get messed up. And
mhm.
so, or the quality isn't as good. So yeah, I've been on live a lot more than like videos. So yeah.
Okay. Now, how does Brett feel about you? These videos leaking of you cussing his ass out and everything, and the
No,
black manosphere. They've been eating this up. Your white king is down.
yeah,
You done cussed him
absolutely.
out.
Yeah, that's the thing, that like society, that they're so happy, like they were so happy to see that a relationship, a marriage was failing. And that actually, I get it. The argument bottles you all, but the way that so many people were just so happy and waiting and crying on a marriage to fail is it bothers me. But yeah, Brett really is not, I swear to goodness, Tasha, I don't know what it is, but he's not. Maybe it's like something different, but he's not a person that trips on much at all whatsoever. But he's not. He doesn't feel any type of way. Like he really doesn't. When we argue, we have sex, made up. The next day, the very next day, we were dancing, sitting at the pool. Like, that's just what it was to us. And about 5 days later, it became viral and everything. Like, everybody freaked out. But it was just that we argued. My husband knows that I have anxiety disorder, and so I don't take drugs for it. I think it will help for sure. Taking anxiety medicine for it, but I just don't. But he's my anxiety medicine. Like whenever I have anxiety attacks a little bit too often, and so when I do, I just need him to be like, you're good, it's okay, babe. He calms my heart rate down, like he calms me down. So like, even like I'll sit in the shower and he'll just be there. He genuinely helps me. So he knows, I was emotional. Like he understands me, and I think that's the thing of finding somebody that truly understands you.
But
Now,
do you think?
again, that's not an excuse. I get it, Tasha. We gonna beat the dead horse. I
No,
get
no,
it.
no, no. I'm not talking about that. I was going in a different
Uh,
direction. But go ahead, finish your thought.
Go ahead, girl.
No, I was gonna say, but do you think that's fair to put like to lean on him to help you to deal with your anxiety and stuff? Like, I mean, that's
Yes. Y'all life partners. If my shorty's having an anxiety attack and then me rubbing her back and telling her, hey babe, you got this, as it helps her get through it, then yes.
you. Do you ever think like he's going through a lot too as well, and maybe you should get some type of mental health help to help you deal
Oh,
with
so
that
I
part?
have, I do like, we have, I have a counselor,
Okay,
um, for, just regular life. We have a marriage counselor, not because our marriage is in shambles, but we've just always had a marriage counselor just because it's good for marriage. So no, I don't think like I need to take drugs I've been who I was before my husband said I did. We got to understand that. Like I didn't just become, anxiety didn't just appear after I've been this person, so he knows what he was getting into. And I'm the first person that he's ever proposed to. And he's 37 years old. We've been married for 3.5 years. So no, I think it's
is it
okay. I
true
think
that
it's,
is it true that he was living with his mama when you met him? No.
why you put your glasses on to be messy?
I just, I'm
No,
just asking, is it true
no,
that
sis. No,
he
sis.
was
It's
living
not
with his
true.
mama?
It's not true. He lived
He
in
was
Las Vegas, Nevada when we got together. When we
okay.
first got together, he said that he laid in my bed and told me that he was sniping. That scared the shit out of me because
Sniping.
first of all, he's what? Yeah, he is. He did private security when I met him, so he is like a certified sniper. But he was doing it as a sport, not like
It's
killing
pretty cool.
anyone. But when I heard sniper, I didn't know nothing about that. Like that to me, that's some white shit. So I
That
got
sounds like
scared.
an assassin. What is he sniping? Does he work for the
How
CIA?
did I
No, so
know
you
she was
go
The
about
out
to
in the
bring
Marshall?
that shit
desert.
up?
You go
Like,
out in the desert. We live in Vegas. You go out in the desert and you
Okay.
practice sniping. Actually, I took down a lot of his pictures because I wanted to change it to family content. But his whole Instagram page was like private security and him shooting and with guns and all that type of stuff. But yeah, so when he first told me that, I got really, really scared. And the way that he looks, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got with him, I liked him. I was intrigued by him, but I was low key a little bit wary. I felt comfortable being at my house with them, but I didn't feel comfortable being at his house. So when we first met, he lived in an apartment in Las Vegas. And then about 3 months later, I never went there because I didn't like to go to Las Vegas anyways because I was from Henderson. To me, Las Vegas is crazy. I just don't go to Las Vegas. So um he about 3 months later, when we were together, we got a little bit more comfortable with each other. I asked him to move into my place, and his lease was up. So
Wait a
he,
minute now. Hold on. Wait a
the face expression is killing me,
minute.
bro.
You asked that white man who was sniping to move in with you?
3 months later, we're like together now. We're together. His lease is up. So I'm like, he's like, I'm about to get a place with my homie or whatever. I'm like, no, just move in with me. My lease is not up. Your
He
lease
was
is up.
gonna get a roommate, so instead of him going to get a roommate, he chose you as the roommate.
Yeah,
What?
sure. But so, no, he, like, girl, he had to pay. But yeah.
But roommates help out
Anyway,
financially.
right. So anyway, because my lease wasn't up, and we've been together for like 3 months.
Like,
So you
say
Anyways,
she
said, don't
trying
take
to,
that money over here, bring it over here, and
she
I got
trying
two
to make
kids. 3 months
Tasha
some.
after
K,
you.
Tasha K, he moved in. You hear my baby crying because you getting messy. My baby getting the crying. He like, come on, mom, get
You
off
can
this
go see
energy.
about him. You can go see about him.
No, listen.
Okay.
He moved in with me, but he
Mhm.
also, from my understanding, you don't want my baby on the camera, huh?
No.
Okay, hold
Your
on.
husband home? He home or he ain't
He's
home?
not. He's at work. He's at work
Okay.
for like 2
If you
hours.
want to go see about the baby for a second, if you can't, we can, end it here. I think we,
No, we got to stop soon. But I want to tell you this. So
okay.
he was coming to me, but he was also securing a place because, just in case, we're not like all like that.
Love
We've
how
been
she
together for 3 months.
prioritized the
So
lives of little babies.
when I did go to his
Amazing
place,
mother.
which he was in between, but his place with his roommate, it wasn't necessarily in a basement because we lived in Vegas. We don't have basements, but he
Okay.
had like a first story, third story, and I mean, first, second, and third story. He was on the first story, which is kind of, yeah, lower, and he had a mattress, and like I'm like, what's up with that? But he's like, because it's just me, and if I was moving in with you, I wasn't gonna. So yeah, like I did actually the first time I went to his place, he was on a mattress, but he also bought my Camaro from me. So obviously he wasn't broke. I didn't want the Camaro
He
anymore.
bought a car from you.
Yeah, because no, he had his car, girl. Don't do that.
I just only asked what you put out.
He
Okay.
had a car, but I was tired of my Camaro and I was trying to sell it. And he said, "Hey, I'll buy it from you." And he bought my Camaro from me. He did.
How much you sell it to him for?
4,000.
Okay. He gave you cash or payments?
No, he gave me cash.
Oh, okay, I'm just checking. I didn't know. Like,
Why
I'm
is that
thinking
any of
maybe
your
you moved in
business?
with a white man in Vegas that had like a 6 bedroom house. I didn't know he had a mattress on the floor when you told him, and he was about to go do a roommate, and you told him to come stay with you.
Well, now
It
you
took
know,
you 2 years.
Tasha. Now you know, girl. You ain't know, but if you don't know,
This
now
why
you
he.
know.
But here's the thing, now. You out here dragging black men for if it was a black man living at home with his mama and
He ain't
wanting to
live
move
with
in
his
with
mama,
you.
Tasha.
You see, oh, this bitch is messy. She is messy.
And wanting to move in with you, you would be having that shit. But you let this white man do the same thing black men be doing.
Tasha.
And you
Tasha.
said, come on in because you felt like his intentions were different. But a
No, not
real
just that,
man,
Tasha. He made money. He made money.
there's a lot of black men that make money too. But a real man would say, baby, I'm not moving up in there because you're not gonna put me out. You are going to come move in with me. And besides,
Well,
we just
that's
met
why
3 months.
That's what, like you said, I'm not gonna move in with you because
But his lease was up.
you're not gonna put me out. So that's why with my real man, because we ain't gonna talk about what a real man would do, because my man is a very real man. And with
Big
my
don't
real
make
man,
hey, big and macho don't make a real man now.
no, no, baby.
And
Yeah.
white.
You know what makes a real man? That he
What?
loves his family. He loves me. He loves his kids. He would go to hell for me and his children. Like he does for us. He's a provider. He's a protector. That's what makes a
Mhm.
real man. Now, me, I do want to be very real on this. I desire. He's from Iowa, Tasha.
What that
He is
mean?
from listen, he's from Iowa and
Okay.
his family are farmers. So he's okay with like making his money, living like a regular chill life. I'm
So
not.
he know how to work a hoe.
I'm not. Work a hug.
A hoe. He a farmer. They use hoes to hold the ground.
Oh girl. Cause
And so because he's a
This
farmer,
bitch is
you
messy.
feel like he's not
no,
flashy
listen.
enough.
Yeah, yeah. So he's a hard worker from Iowa. He truly is, and he's a good man to live
Hey,
like a normal,
comments.
just like basic suburban life or whatever. I desire more out of life than like I desire. Like it may not be good, but I do like the nicer and the finer things of
They're
life.
not
He's
moving.
not like that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I was saying they're not moving, they're frozen. Somebody messed with the cursor and froze the comments. Okay. So you desire to have
Oh,
a
you've been
boat.
seeing comments? Where the comments
Yeah,
at?
I'm on StreamYard. Yeah.
Well, where the comments at, girl?
You can't see them because you gotta watch them during the playback.
Uh, that
And
ain't
I don't
right.
need you distracted, honey. Cause you'll be done been up in there and cuss folks out. You on that Jack Daniels and the baby gonna be crying. We don't need all that, okay? So it's just me and you here. But what I was saying was, so you desire to have someone a bit more flashy,
No,
like
I don't.
the
I
scammers on
desire.
Instagram.
I desire to have my husband, but what I'm saying
Okay.
is I'm a
Okay.
lot more. I'm just more flashy than he is. He'd be like, "No, we don't. Literally, he'd be like, "Let's get a minivan. Like it's time to get a minivan." And
What's
I'm
wrong
like,
with the minivan, girl? It's a
"No, no,
car.
no. I'm just
You
telling
got you
you."
got you got 19,000 kids. Y'all need a minivan.
How many kids you got, Tasha?
Two. And
Oh,
we
you
had a
got
minivan. We got a minivan.
Okay, listen. But
Mhm.
he'd be like, "No, we don't need this. We need a minivan." He'd be like, "No, why are you getting, why do you want Jordans for the boys? We can get some flip-flops."
Right.
Like, that's why are you getting the Fruity Pebbles? We can get the knockoff Fruity Pebbles.
What's
Like,
wrong
that's
with
why
that? We
he
used to buy the big bags of fruity
I
pebbles,
don't.
the ones they lay on the grocery
The clothes and shit makes sense. The Fruity Pebble shit, I don't think he really would give a fuck about that. If the clothing things are even true, but hey.
store because he know they gonna eat that. What's wrong with that? Food is food,
Nothing is
right?
wrong with it. I'm just saying that's how he is. And so, no, I'm not saying like that. I desire a different man. I desire my man, honestly and truly. Whatever you seen, whatever you thought, okay. But I desire and I love and I cherish my husband. I get it. I shouldn't
But you
get it.
desire you just
But
want a little more.
yes, so I'm saying he can provide that basic like suburban life. He can. But I desire more. So I gotta go out where he provides the basic necessities of the family. I provide the better. Or I come up with thoughts, we as a team provide, but I come up with thoughts for like the betterment of the family. So
Rose, do you know you just described the various statistics
But what do you mean the betterment though? So let you say you want a blah blah blah, but he wants a minivan. What's blah blah blah? Are you saying a Ferrari? Are you saying a fucking Range Rover or a BMW or Bentley? Like no, we got 4 kids, we need a minivan. That's better for the family versus what you're thinking, what you're saying. She wants a picture perfect materialistic life type of shit when she knew the type of what type of nigga that he was. He wasn't about that. She said herself. So, but
that you use to create your lifestyle and your preference, because that's what a lot of black women's issues are, is that they are the highest educated, they're the highest paid. Black men are not the lowest paid. They're simple, they're not working hard enough, and they desire more, and they don't feel like they want to settle. And so you're having some of the same issues that black women are having with black men, because black women want more, they desire more, whereas men in general are more simple minded. They're more practical and pragmatic. And like I said, they're that stableness while you move around. When you done moving around, I'm still here and we're still able to move forward. Or if we can't move forward, we definitely not moving backwards, but we still. So this some of the things that you just described here that you dislike in black men, that you dislike based off of your previous experiences with black men, that you dislike based on statistics that you put out in your videos, you're living that very thing right now by
I
saying
think
we
you're
cannot
so
give you the
confused,
lifestyle that
Tosh.
you want.
I think you're so confused with like
What?
me, like the whole black man thing. Respectfully, with me and like the whole black man thing, I don't know where we got this like connotation that like I'm like so this with about black men. My preference is my preference, and it's not about like oh they this that. It's about the way that you can literally have a baby and just leave. You can literally, it's not about, oh, a black man is don't have enough money or whatever, which yeah, like you need to make some money for sure. But, yeah, it's not about
Am I
none of it.
crazy?
It's the deeper stuff with black men, not like that.
Am I crazy? I could have
yes,
swore you said you got your preference based off of your experiences and statistics on
No,
what
I said
black
off
women
of,
are going through with black men, and then I
I said
repeated the
off of
very same thing that you
statistics.
said.
Yes, that's what I said, Tasha. I said off of statistics, deeper than you're not buying me a Range Rover, off of the statistics of you're impregnating women and then you leave them single. Off the statistics of a woman
white
having to
men do that
force
too.
you onto child support. Those
I know a
statistics,
white.
not
I just did an interview with a white man right now that make Nick Cannon's sperm look like water. He pays a total for 12 kids $122 a month. He tells his baby mamas all 11 of them make it enough. He's a white man. He's a
yeah,
white man from Iowa.
yeah,
What I'm
it
trying to tell
happens.
you is because you sat up here and you listen, I'm only going off of what you put out there. I'm not making anything up out of thin air. I am not gaslighting you. I am not trying to
Yes,
trap
the
you. I'm
fuck you
asking
are.
you questions based off of content that you've made, based off of rage baiting content that you've created. And then you turn around and try to say, this is not what you said. And
I thought
then
I
you
was
turn
character
around and try to
confused,
say,
bro.
this is not what you said. I'm making this up. I'm like, no, your argument
No, I
based
didn't
off of
say you're
statistics
making
of what
anything up.
black
I
women
said you're
are complaining
confused.
about.
Yeah. No,
Men don't
I
make
didn't say
enough.
you're making. I didn't say you're making anything up. I said you're confused on how
I'm
I
not
feel about
confused.
things.
I'm not confused. Mm-mm.
On how I feel about things is where the confusion is. So it still remains. I think I'm still saying what I'm saying, and you're still saying what you're saying, but we're just not understanding one another.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, I don't want to keep you too much longer from your baby, right? And we agreed on an hour. Is there anything that you would like to address and I won't interrupt you or anything like that? And say what you got to say and then we can close the
I
interview.
appreciate that.
Mhm.
When I came to you, I told you, I appreciate your video because you can have your opinion. I'm not against people having their opinions, but I don't think it was like overly disrespectful. You said what you said, and that was
Mhm.
it. As far as me hating black men, I come from a black man that has 16 children, and while he was not a good partner to his partners, he took care of every single one of his kids. He's a great father. I love my daddy to life. Like, I love him a lot. So I never hated black men. I advocate for women to expand their, not close their options. Because I hear so many women, like, I would never date a white man, or I don't just try to advocate for women to date white men. Now, as far as the argument, I was emotional. I did too much. I apologize.
Don't
Sort of
apologize to
to,
us.
no, that's what I'm saying. Sort of to,
Mm.
not y'all, but my supporters, because it was not for them and it wasn't supposed to reach them. It was supposed to reach the trolls, and it was supposed to piss off my husband who was annoying me at the time. Was it a right way to respond? Absolutely not. Do we learn and we grow? Absolutely. Um, what else is do they got anything to say?
You want to take some callers? It's up to you. I know you got to get to your baby. We
I
don't
do have
normally
to get
do
to
it, but
him.
if you want to, we can. It's up to you.
Yeah, yeah, he is in there. But let me see. I'll try to touch on everything that they were saying and all the questions. Oh, and I still stand. I still stand. I do want to say that. Like, I've seen a lot of, oh, she was out here telling us to do this, and meanwhile, no, my husband is still that guy. He's always been that guy. He's going to be that guy, and that's just how I feel. So he
Okay,
stands
that
10 toes.
guy.
Yeah, he stands 10 toes down for his family. Now, do I think that other black family and black love exists? Absolutely. Not enough, though. That's the problem. And so if you're offended by it, just do better. And I'm happy for you and your black relationship of 18 years. It's beautiful. We need more relationships like that. We don't have enough at all whatsoever. All of our community and our songs, fuck you nigga, fuck you bitch, that's the problem. It contributes to the problem. So my whole thing in my content was not to what the whole like
Eminem,
super.
Eminem cussed out his baby mama.
God,
She
I
was white.
know,
He called
bro.
her a
God,
bitch
I
and
No, no,
cracked
no.
a
know.
We
bitch
gotta
at every
understand.
In
turn.
We
my
have
head, I swear to God, I said this bitch gonna bring up
to
Eminem. Oh
understand.
my
There's
Okay.
God, she a
absolutely
boy.
deadbeat white people. Of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. Okay,
Of
okay, okay.
course.
That's
What
true.
are we talking about?
Okay.
Just like there's absolutely amazing black and white married couples. Of course.
Mhm.
I speak on things as a whole, like the numbers, Tasha. And I believe deep down, I believe that you know this. Like,
Mm.
whether you agree with me personally,
Mm.
that's one thing, but I believe that you know that there is a disparity in the marriage rates amongst black women. for a reason. And I believe that you know that as a whole, Black men can do better at taking care of our families.
And so can black women, because there are toxic black mothers out here that are just as equally as bad as black men. I'm
Of
just
course,
very
yeah.
pragmatic across the board. And
Yeah.
I don't,
It don't seem like
if
you
I'm
are.
going to call out a problem, like I do it amongst light skinned women, right? Light skinned women have a privilege, right? And when I see them settle, I challenge them on making better decisions. Like, you do not have to be this pretty girl privilege, doesn't have to be your downfall. You understand what I'm saying? And so
So
I always try to find a way
I listen, I mean, I don't want to interhinge because I don't think.
to
Hey,
praise
let's.
valuable things. And if I'm marrying from black men and tell me your daddy was all the way
he was
that you come with, and so do black men. So
I found my husband, like I
you
said in the
would
beginning.
be with a, you would probably prefer to be with a black man, and that's why you're angry. And I find that
I would
amongst
not. I don't
black
desire it.
men, yeah,
I don't desire it.
but you don't
My
desire it
options are
based off.
open,
So
Tasha. I'm
you're
29.
dating white men by default
I'm
because of how
29.
black men have treated you.
I'm 29. I'm not ugly. I don't have
I
a
ain't not
problem.
saying nothing about you being ugly. I'm
Right, right,
saying
right.
that
I know you
when
do
I
not.
see
So
black
I'm saying I'm
men,
29. I'm not ugly. My options are available. Like I'm not
but
dating
I'm gonna
a
be
black.
honest with you, you may not be ugly, but your attitude and how you gave your husband that business to the world is very ugly. So you could be
Absolutely, of
beautiful
course, and I'm
and that inside,
saying that you
that's
think
no
that when I
different than a
literally
black
just
man.
told you, I literally just told you that I am. My idea is to have women expand their horizons. I was never looking for a white man when I found him. I was actually with a Filipino
But you
guy.
said you
Actually,
found
at the
him.
exact
But
time
you found him. He didn't find you. He
I was
found
with
you.
the
You found him.
Filipino time at the exact a Filipino man at the exact time that I got with my husband and a black man before that. So I wasn't looking for white men only. I got with one and now it is my preference. It wasn't before when I found him. Now it is my preference. So it's just preference. Like I don't feel like it's like, oh, you're like stop dating completely. No, it's just my preference. And that's like
I just think
100%. Is your preference black men?
my preference are all men.
Oh, okay, mine too. And so I
Yeah,
love that for you. And
but
that's what I'm
but here's
trying
the
to
thing.
have
I don't
other
need
women
to
do.
put down a black man to put up one. You literally
Oh,
put down black men to put up your white husband, and then
when
you
did I
still
do
cuss
that?
him out. Because your attitude, I'm gonna be honest with you, is the reason why a lot of black men don't want to be fucked up with us, right? You're giving that same attitude that black men complain about to a white man. And you're saying, oh, because he takes it, because he's more meek than a black man, because he appears stronger than a black man, then he must be better than a black man. It's no different than a black
My
man that
husband
lays
is
up with.
better.
I would die. I would blow my fucking brains out if I was married to either of these fucking bros, and they just happen to be black. Does that mean I don't fucking like black women? Like, oh my, if you take their exact personality and put it in an Asian bitch, a Hispanic bitch, a white bitch, or whatever, a fucking rainbow bitch. If you take their personality and put it in a fucking robot bitch, I would hate them, despise to be with these fucking persons. Definitely her more than her, because at least she seems like she listens and she's well spoken and articulate. But this, oh my fucking lord.
Than any
And
man of
said
any
that, oh,
race
black
because
women
he's
that
my
is,
husband. Not
but
because
it's
of
no,
his race. My man is
you're
better than any
honestly,
man of any race because he's my husband. But
honestly,
Tasha, what I want
Rose,
to say to you is
go ahead.
what I want to say to you is, like I said, this isn't about when did I bash? May you
Girl, you
tell me
bashing your videos all the time. I look at your comments,
where's
especially
the
when you're doing the
example of
trigger.
me bash of me?
I can pull.
Go ahead.
Girl, do you want me to pull the? Would you like to see the receipts
Yes.
of
I would
you
like to see a
praising your
video
white
of
husband to piss off black men because black men did you
if
wrong?
black men are pissed off, Tasha, they need to do better. Okay?
That
If
has
they're
nothing to
pissed
do with
What
off,
her.
then
about
they
you
just need to
doing?
do
It
better.
takes a black
But
man
it
and a black
wasn't
woman to
about
do
my videos
better.
are not about pissing off black men at all whatsoever. I would like to see, listen, I'm calm, but I would like to see a video where I was actually talk down and talk shit on the black men.
Right.
I don't get
No,
it.
black fathers need to do, black men need to do better. I don't ever see you saying white men need to do better. White men need to be better fathers. I don't ever see you saying that. In your titles is black men, bad fathers, black men, bad husbands, black men. You
That's
don't
not
say
true,
that about white
Tasha.
men. And you've only had one
I
experience
think that you're speaking
with
on what you hear from your
one
commenters.
farmer white man who has a fetish for black women.
How do
Your
you figure
husband
he?
has a fetish for
How do you
black women.
figure he has a Why would
The
you say
same
that? How
way
do
you
you
got a
figure that?
fetish for white men based off of your experiences. You're no different than a black man who parades Blasian women or Persian women or white women and say, oh, the reason I'm with you is because a black woman doesn't do this when they in
Bro, why is she so bitter? Oh, her husband. Oh, somebody free the African man.
reality would prefer to be with a black woman, but we're not seeing eye to eye because we have these made up facades of what we think relationships are. When you're in an ideal relationship, that would eventually be the same if you were in it with a black man. A black man would be very regular. He may make six figures. He may not be an entrepreneur. He may not be on the go all the time like that. But because he's black, he's expected to do more than what a farmer from Iowa is doing, and he's white. But you give him a pass because
He
he's
does
white.
a
But if it was a
lot.
black
My
man,
husband does a
oh, he needs to do
lot.
more.
My husband
Girl,
is
bye.
there for his family. Like I said, he makes six figures. But what I would like to know is respectfully, what would make you? You don't even know him from a can of paint. What would make you just
I know what you
automatic?
put out about him, girl, and
What
nobody's
would
really
you? What
should
would
know your
make
man
you
like that.
automatically assume that he has a fetish?
Most white men do.
Okay.
That's why
Okay,
they
that's
intentionally
most.
divided the races
Okay.
because our women to them looked more desirable than their
Okay. So
women.
that's the thing
So they fucked us
of
and
when
left
black
us with
people.
biracial kids.
That's the
They
thing when
fucked
black
us and
people
left.
see.
Oh my God, bro. Y'all lucky I fucking can love y'all. I want to stop watching this shit so
But
bad.
With
interracial couple, they
biracial kids
automatically
and
when a
did the
black
same shit black men are doing now. They did it to the slaves. They was fucking the slave women, left them with babies they didn't claim, didn't leave them no damn land or nothing like that, didn't leave them no assets and left bastard babies too. And how dare you get up on a platform and say black men need to do better when they learned the book from the white man, the very cracker you sleeping with right now. Bye, Rose.
Tasha.
Got to go. They making me end the line. My PR said I gotta go. Go
I
tend
was
to your
about to
baby.
say, why you yelling, girl?
I'm sorry. Go tend to your baby. Log off.
Ooh, you mad? It's spicy. Anyways, child, let me get my baby because this spicy. White cracker, boy, white cracker where?
Yeah, I got a little
Queen,
trigger. Yeah, I got a little trigger because that's what you do, Rose.
queen.
Queen.
No, for real, queen.
We're sitting that and passing off your own internal issues off to this to somebody else. No, baby, the problem is with us.
Alright, y'all. Fuck it, I'm done. I love y'all, but fuck y'all. I can't
Real,
watch
like
this
I'm
shit
really
no
happy in
more.
my situation. I'm enjoying this.
So watch this shit. I can't watch this shit no more. And listen, my girl want me to watch Love Island with her, so it's not really me watching it. But yeah, but that Tasha, oh my fucking god, the bitch is wrong. The bitch is fucking whole every
I feel you, Tasha, but it's literally it's just preference. It's not any. It's not like you're making it. It's not like, you know, what you
I dated a Korean man, a Latin to be worth.
you. I happen to get with him, and now at this very moment, after being with him, it is my personal preference. After being with him now, and seeing and witnessing other people and what they go through, and it's my preference at this moment. After being with him, okay, so it was not. I was not.
Just sit here and listen to you gaslight. Try to, I guess, allude to me kind of making up things or misinterpreting things. I'm like, no, that's not.
But you
I
are, but
literally
you
saw a video from what, a month ago, when you're saying black. What?
so prove it
You
up.
don't think that
Pull
what
it up.
if you're trying to well?
Interest is a black man. They were so real. They said are so loyal,
But
so loyal to their own
Queen,
cause.
we're both raising the
Black
community,
men.
the next generation, right?
I'm sorry. She's so I can't. That was I. Yeah, I tried. I love y'all, but dude said she full of shit. I can't watch no more. Mwah, peace.